guys, what's up? Naomi here with the full week of workouts video, which means of course I'll be taking you through a full week of workouts with me, and so you guys can really see what my workouts look like in reality. All of the workouts for this week will be written out in the description, so make sure to check the description for any questions you might have. I'll also leave timestamps for when each workout day starts. I'll be doing four workouts this week, 2 upper body days and 2 lower body days, but feel free to switch up the days however you need to. If you need to do like the lower body days back to back or upper body days back to back, etc., rest days in between as needed. Also, I get a lot of questions about how much weight to use or how much weight I'm using when I'm doing these workouts, and really if you've never done an exercise before and are unsure how much weight you should be using for it, always start with the lightest amount of weight possible, and then once you can comfortably do 12 to 15 reps with good form, then go ahead and increase the weight. So don't worry about the weights I'm using, don't worry about the weights anyone else is using. There's no right or wrong amount of weight to use. The only wrong amount of weight to use is a weight that compromises your form. So as always, you guys have heard me say it a million times before, good form is always more impressive than lifting heavy, so use weights that are comfortable for you, that do not compromise your form. But enough of this intro, I'll explain more as we go. I'm sure you guys are ready to get started with this week of workouts, so let's do exactly that.
Say you love me.
Welcome to day 1 of our full week of workouts. Today will be a quad and glute focused day, starting with 10 to 15 minutes of full body foam rolling. As you guys know, I always start my workouts with. I have a full follow along foam rolling video that I'll link in the description if you'd like a step-by-step tutorial. I'll be focusing a lot on the eccentric part of the movement for many of my exercises this week, which is also known as the negative. I'm doing this simply to challenge myself in a different way than I typically do, because although I've done negatives here and there in my training before, I haven't incorporated them like I currently am, so I'm interested to see how it might make a difference for me. For more information about the eccentric and concentric parts of an exercise, check out my How to Breathe While Exercising video linked down below. If there are any machines you're not sure how to use or exercises you're not familiar with, check my playlist linked in the description for tutorials showing you how to use or do them. For each exercise in every workout of this week, rest for 1 to 2 minutes between each set and take longer rests as you need. I wanted to do some squats first, however, every time a squat rack was open, someone else got to it before me, so I guess it just wasn't meant to be for me today. No worries, we can always make do, so instead, I started with the leg extension machine for 4 sets of 12 reps with a 3-second eccentric. What this means is that as I lowered the weight down, I did so at a 3-second tempo, counting to 3 as I slowly brought my feet back down. Exhale as you contract your quad muscles to extend your legs forward, and inhale as you lower your feet back down. Keep your movements nice and controlled, and make sure to allow your quads to do the heavy lifting. While doing negatives and longer eccentrics may seem easy, it does make the exercise much more challenging, so definitely give them a try if you haven't before.
Sometimes you don't show it enough.
Next up will be on the leg press for 4 sets of 12 reps with a 3-second eccentric as well. As you lower the weight down towards you, do so at a nice, slow and controlled 3-second tempo. Feel free to use any kind of leg press machine that your gym has that is available to you. Again, if you're not sure how to use this machine or perform this exercise, please check out my How to Leg Press video linked in the description. Try to get your knees as close to your chest as you can without lifting your glutes off the seat as you lower the weight down towards you. But no worries if your flexibility doesn't allow you to leg press that deeply yet. Then contract your leg muscles to push the weight away from you. Inhale as you bring the platform towards you, and exhale as you push the weight back up. Make sure to keep your feet flat on the platform at all times and avoid extending your legs all the way out until your knees lock. Keep the slightest bend in your knees at all times, even when pushing the weight away from you.
Cause I can't wait for you forever.
Following the leg press, we'll be doing cable step-ups for 4 sets of 12 reps per leg. If you don't have this machine at your gym, feel free to do step-ups using a regular stool or bench and some dumbbells. I typically adjust the platform so that the step is about 2 inches under my knee, but this time to make this exercise more challenging, I decided to adjust the platform so that it was directly right under my knee, and whew, did that make me sweat. It's amazing how the smallest adjustments can make the biggest differences. As I step down and up, I do my best to allow the foot on top of the platform, the working foot, to power the movement while my other foot that's tapping the ground, there to simply support and help balance. Also make sure to refrain from using your arms to pull the weight up. They should simply be holding the handles and not assisting with any of the heavy lifting. For our final exercise of this workout, we'll be doing 4 rounds of pyramid set of hip abductions, starting with 15 reps at a lighter weight, increasing the weight for another 12 reps, and then increasing the weight once more for 9 reps. Rest for 1 to 2 minutes and repeat that pyramid set 3 more times for a total of 3 times. Make sure to keep your booty on the seat at all times and push the weight out with your knees. And that wraps up day 1. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 2.
Stop dancing to the music and the chase, like this was meant to be. Take my hand, I feel my heart beat, and I don't want this moment to stop.
Whenever I'm in need of a little boost of energy for my workouts, I like to use Sierra's pre-workouts. They have 2. Pre-game, which has caffeine, and pump, which does not have any caffeine. If I'm working out earlier in the day, I like to take pre-game, and for my workouts later in the day, I prefer pump. My discount code Naomi will give you 10% off your purchase, and I'll drop the link to shop Sierra Nutrition in the description. For day 2, we'll be doing upper body, focusing on chest, shoulders, and triceps, starting with full body foam rolling for 10 to 15 minutes, which I did not feature in today's clips. And then bench press will be our first exercise. I'll warm up with just a bar for 2 sets of 12 reps, add a 10-pound plate to each side, and do 8 to 10 reps for 1 warm-up set, and then begin my working sets, which will consist of 4 sets of 8 reps with a 2-second eccentric and a 1-second hold. All this means is that as I lower the barbell down to my chest, I do so using a 2-second tempo, hold it at my chest for 1 second, and then push the weight back up. Make sure to keep the back of your head, shoulders, and booty touching the bench at all times, and your feet flat on the ground to help give you a more stable foundation. Inhale as you lower the barbell down towards your chest, and exhale as you push it back up.
This night to end, yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me.
Next up, we have a superset. Cable chest flies for 10 reps, followed by underhand triceps push-downs for 15 reps. We'll perform the superset 4 times total with a 1 to 2 minute rest in between each time. For the chest flies, adjust the cables so that the handles are about right over your head. Take a step in front of the machine and position your feet so that one is in front of the other. Lean your entire body forward about 30 to 45 degrees. Keep the slightest bend in your elbows at all times. Contract your chest muscles to bring the handles together in the front and center of your body. When performing the underhand triceps push-downs, keep your elbows tucked into the sides of your body at all times. Starting with the elbows bent and hands holding the attachment with palms facing up, contract your triceps to push the weight down. Inhale as you return back to starting position, and exhale as you extend your arms down.
Tonight I'll make you see it's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. You think you know me?
Moving on to shoulder exercises, we'll be doing dumbbell shoulder presses for 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps with a 1-second eccentric. 1 second may not seem long, but make sure that you're utilizing the entire second as you lower the dumbbells down above your shoulders. Feel free to do this sitting or standing, whichever your preference is. Exhale as you push up, and inhale as you lower the dumbbells back down. Make sure to keep your shoulders relaxed and down, and do your best to avoid hunching them up towards your ears.
Baby, tonight is the night.
Following, we'll be doing another superset. Dumbbell lateral raises for 12 reps with a 1-second eccentric, and dumbbell overhead tricep extensions for 12 reps, also with a 1-second eccentric. Perform the superset for a total of 4 times with a 1 to 2 minute rest in between each superset. Just like with the shoulder presses, make sure to utilize the entire 1 second for the eccentric phase of each exercise. For the lateral raises, this will be 1 whole second lowering the dumbbells down towards the center of your body, and for the overhead tricep extensions, this will be 1 whole second lowering the dumbbells down to touch your upper back. For the dumbbell overhead tricep extensions, exhale as you contract your triceps to bring the dumbbell up, and inhale as you bend your elbows to lower it back down. Do your best to keep your elbows facing forward and positioned right outside your head, and avoid flaring your elbows out too much to the sides.
Feelings Go slow. I've just been caring for mine.
Lastly, we'll finish off with an incline treadmill walk for 30 minutes at a moderate pace. And that's all for day 2, guys. See you soon for day 3.
In the name of love, in the name of love.
Welcome back for another upper body day, guys. Today we'll be focusing on back and biceps. You guys know the drill. 10 to 15 minutes of full body foam rolling first. After foam rolling, I'll start with pull and chin-ups, alternating between the two for 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps using a 1-second eccentric. As I lower myself down, I'll do so at a 1-second tempo, nice and controlled. Exhale as you contract your back and bicep to lift yourself up, and inhale as you extend your arms back down to starting position. Make sure to allow your back and bicep to do the heavy lifting and avoid lifting your knees up to help you propel your body up. I have an entire tutorial on how to properly perform pull and chin-ups with proper form here on my channel that I'll link down below. Next up, we have lat pull-downs using a D-handle attachment that we'll do for 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps with a 2-second eccentric. After pulling the bar underneath my chin, I'll count to 2 as I release the weight back up. If you're unfamiliar with this exercise, I'll link my video tutorial down below. Make sure to point your elbows towards the sides of your back and down towards the floor as you pull a bar towards your chest, and avoid pointing your elbows straight behind you. Exhale as you contract your back muscles to pull the weight down, and inhale as you return back to starting position. Coming up, we have a superset which we'll do 4 times. Single arm kneeling cable rows for 12 reps on each arm, followed by cable bicep curls for 12 reps. For the kneeling cable rows, position the cable so that it is a little higher than shoulder height when you're in a kneeling position. Take a step or 2 back in order to give yourself enough room to use a full range of motion, and start with one arm holding the handle fully extended out in front of you. Contract the lat muscle on that corresponding side to initiate the movement, pulling the handle towards the side of your chest, touching the inside of your bicep to the side of your body as you pull back. Extend your arm all the way back out and repeat. Exhale as you pull the weight towards you, and inhale as you release it back away from you. For the cable bicep curls, position the cable at its lowest point. As you perform the exercise, make sure to simply keep your elbows touching the sides of your body at all times in order to better isolate your biceps. Use a full range of motion. Exhale as you contract your bicep to lift the weight up, and inhale as you lower it back down. After this, we'll move on to another superset for 4 rounds. Straight arm push-downs for 10 to 12 reps using a 3-second eccentric, followed by facing away cable bicep curls for 12 reps using a 1 to 2 second eccentric. After performing each exercise once, take a 1 to 2 minute rest and repeat the superset again for a total of 4 times. Straight arm push-downs will target your back muscles. When doing them, position the cable right above your head. Step far away enough from the machine so that you have a full range of motion when performing the exercise. Stand with your upper body bent forward about 30 to 45 degrees. Keeping a slight bend in your elbows at all times, start with arms extended up and away from you, and then bring them down to touch the front of your legs. As you bring your arms back up, do so at a 3-second tempo. Exhale as you contract your back muscles to bring the weight down, and exhale as you release the weight back up. If you feel the exercise more so in your arms than back, I'd recommend lowering the amount of weight you're using. Facing away cable bicep curls look similar to the standard cable bicep curls we just did, but they definitely hit different since the resistance is coming from behind you versus in front. Just like the other cable bicep curls, make sure to keep your elbows tucked by the sides of your ribcage at all times in order to isolate and target your biceps better. Apparently I had a bit of an energy boost, maybe too much syrup pre-workouts, and went a little bit ham on the exercises today, so definitely feel free to leave one of these supersets out if you'd like to. Anyways, I kept on going with the supersets and did alternating lat pull-downs for 6 to 8 reps, followed by dumbbell hammer curls for 12 reps with a 2-second negative. I did this superset for 4 times total with a 1 to 2 minute rest in between. For the alternating lat pull-downs, 1 pull-down on the right side plus 1 on the left, and then 1 with both arms equals 1 rep. If you don't have this machine at your gym, feel free to use any other cable machine and perform the exercise kneeling or sitting. Make sure to allow the contraction of your lat muscles to power the movement, and point your elbows straight down as you pull down. Exhale as you pull the handles down, and inhale as you extend your arms back up. When doing the dumbbell hammer curls, count to 2 as you lower the dumbbells back down for that 2-second negative. Your hands should be making an upright fist with pinkies facing the floor. Just like the previous bicep exercises, keep your elbows tucked into the sides of your body throughout the entire movement in order to better isolate your biceps.
Longing for someone to hold me, it could be anybody.
For our final exercise, we have machine bicep curls for 3 sets of 30 reps. Make sure to keep your elbows on the cushion at all times and do complete reps with a full range of motion every time.
Me a whole lot better. A whole lot better. A whole lot better. A whole lot better.
To finish off our workouts, I'm going to do an incline treadmill walk for 30 minutes. And that's all for today's workout, guys. See you tomorrow.
Yet nothing that I do seems to make you wanna run away.
Hello, my beautiful babes. We are ending the week with a leg day, focusing on our hamstrings and glutes. Just like the rest of our workouts, we'll start with full body foam rolling for 10 to 15 minutes. I'll also be doing 2 sets of donkey kicks and fire hydrants for 10 to 12 reps on each leg for some glute activation as well, but feel free to do any other of your favorite glute activation exercises too. I have an entire glute activation routine video that I'll link down below if you'd like to check it out.
A whole lot better. A whole lot better. A whole lot better. Waist deep, thinking about you all the time like crazy, knowing you're here by my side.
Starting, we'll be warming up for conventional deadlifts with 2 warm-up sets of 12 reps of RDLs. After our 2 warm-up sets of RDLs, we'll move on to 4 working sets of 8 reps of conventional deadlifts. If I was lifting heavier, then I would definitely include more warm-up sets of conventional deadlifts, but since I'll only be using 135 pounds today and that's a weight that I am very comfortable with, I will be going straight into 135 with no other warm-up sets. For a step-by-step tutorial on how I like to warm up for my leg days, check out my leg day warm-up video linked in the description. I absolutely love doing deadlifts, but they are definitely tricky to get down, so you already know I have an entire video tutorial on how to properly perform deadlifts, both conventional and sumo, that I'll link down below. Make sure to contract and depress your back muscles before every rep in order to help keep your spine in a safe and neutral position and allow your glutes to power and feel the movement. Refrain from using your arms to lift the weight up, as well as hunching your shoulders up to your ears. The barbell should touch the front of your legs as you bring the weight up into lockout, and as you bring the weight back down, do so by bending at the hips and slightly bending your knees. More about form in the video I mentioned previously. Staying on this rack, I'm going to be doing some RDLs next for 4 sets of 10 reps with a 2-second eccentric. As you lower the barbell down, do so at a 2-second tempo. For a step-by-step tutorial on how to properly perform RDLs, check out my video linked down below. Make sure to keep your head in line with your spine throughout the entire movement and that both are neutral at all times. Your knees should be bent slightly as you lower the barbell down, but not too much so that you're bending your knees in order to bring the weight down. The barbell should touch the front of your legs throughout the entire movement, and if you were to look from a side angle, the barbell should basically draw a line that is perpendicular to the ground as you bring the barbell up and down. Moving on, we have glute drivers next for 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps using a 3-second eccentric. As you bend your knees to lower the weight down, do so at a 3-second tempo. If you don't have this machine at your gym, feel free to do regular hip thrusts instead. I've found that for glute drivers, I can feel it more in my glutes if my feet are positioned a little farther away from me versus knees reaching a 90-degree angle like I would typically do for regular hip thrusts. Make sure to control the weight as you lower it down and allow the contraction of your glutes to feel the movement as you bring your hips up to lockout. Inhale as you go down and exhale as you go back up. Next up, we'll be doing lying hamstring curls for 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps with a 3-second eccentric. As you lower the weight back down, do so at a 3-second tempo. If you don't have this machine at your gym, feel free to do seated hamstring curls instead, extending your feet back up and out at a 3-second tempo. Make sure to keep the front of your hips touching the cushions at all times and really allow the contraction of your hamstrings to feel the movement. Exhale as you contract your hamstrings to lift the weight up, and inhale as you lower it back down. For our last exercise, we'll be doing glute hamstring raises for 4 sets of 10 reps with a 3-second eccentric. Start with the front of your hips on the cushions, knees slightly bent, upper body bent forward over the cushions, and arms crossed over your chest. From here, squeeze your glutes to lift your upper body up, rounding your upper back to help take pressure off your lower back and make it as glute focused as possible. As you lower yourself down, do so at a 3-second tempo. Inhale as you lower yourself down, and exhale as you squeeze your glutes to bring your body back up. Make sure to adjust the machine so that you can fully bend at the hips to lower yourself down. If you don't have this machine at your gym, feel free to do reverse hypers instead. To end this workout, we're going to be doing a little bit of HIIT using just a kettlebell and jump rope. All I'll do for the HIIT is 30 seconds of kettlebell swings, followed by 1 minute of jump roping, and then repeating that for a total of 4 times. I'll take a 2-minute rest after and repeat that little circuit once more. For the full follow-along version of this kettlebell and jump rope HIIT routine, check out the workout video I have of it linked in the description. Alright guys, so that wraps up this week of workouts. If you guys have any questions, make sure to drop a comment down below. If you enjoyed this week of workouts, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure to do that and turn the notification bell on so you guys know when I'm releasing new videos about workouts, fitness, nutrition, etc. Thanks so much again for taking the time out of your day to drop by and watch this video. I'll be wishing you all a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much again, and I'll see you guys soon.
Let me feel your love again.